What's up, everyone? It's Matt Mrozik, aka MVM397, with an update on the 172nd Sinanju. So I've been kind of working on this on and off as I've been doing my figure kits. I took a break from working on this a little bit because I was having some fitting issues and getting the parts to fit. So I took a little break, so I was getting frustrated. But now I'm kind of gotten back onto it. So as you can see here, these are all the parts for the torso and the legs, and these have all been sanded and cleaned, panel lines rescribed, gates taken off and everything. Like here, for instance, is the one of the booster packs all pinned together. So there's a ton of detail in here. It'll be fun to paint up and just kind of go to town on it. My client has told me that I don't have to worry about the armor being removable, which is a huge bonus because that would take just a lot more work as far as magnetizing and pinning and stuff. So I'm still going to detail the frame, but just the areas that you see. But I want to give you a quick little example of how to deal with parts that aren't fitting exactly as they should. So the torso is a good example, and this is actually not designed very well. I'll get some more light on it here. There really isn't a whole lot of places that the torso the torso does not attach the frame at all directly. It is simply held together. You guys can talk, it's fine. Just not too loud. My family's in the background, it's no big deal. It's simply held together with these two pieces down here, and then the neck piece right here, the trim piece. And so, unfortunately, there's no real points of attachment to the frame. So, then this bottom piece right here needs some work. As you can see, I've got it clamped together right now. It took me a while just to get this clamped and in place, because these have to fit on correctly in order for everything else to wrap around it. And as you can see right here, if I let go of this, it springs back. And part of that because there's some interference with this piece in here, and it's not shaped exactly correct. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rubber band this all together. I'm going to apply some heat to it with a hair dryer, and that should loosen up this piece here, get this to kind of conform better. And I'm just going to work with it as I put heat on it to kind of get it all to stay together. If it springs back a little bit, it's okay. This will all be glued in the end, but I don't want that much spring in it because that's a lot of pressure for a glue joint to try to hold. So I've already rubber banded this side, as you can see, and that closed up this gap pretty nicely. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply some more rubber bands on this side. And I had some out here, I gotta find them. Oh, here they are. And I had to do this with some of the leg armor too. So, nice thing about resin is that it is pretty pliable, and it's easily manipulated with some heat. Can you try that down just a little bit? So, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rubber band this together until it closes up. And I got like 3 rubber bands here. I may have to do this off camera just because my work area is completely full with parts right now. I have everything laid out because I wanted to take it all out last night, and I actually worked on this till about 2 in the morning last night because I kind of went through and just double checked the pieces for my cleanup work and make sure the panel lines were rescribed and everything. Because the panel lines were pretty shallow, or are pretty shallow on this kit, and they need to be rescribed if they're going to survive all the priming and painting. Okay, so, sorry, this is a little tricky. So I want these rubber bands to sit in a specific spot on this piece. I want all the pressure to come underneath, as if I was squeezing it with my hands. So let's see. Oh, they just popped off. So I get to start over. This is tricky. Maybe let's do one at a time. Let's try that. I got the other side to work pretty good. These are thin rubber bands, so it takes quite a few of them to get the amount of pressure that I want on the pieces. I'm just going to wrap this around like so. And it's starting to close up a little bit. So these kits with the frames are cool and everything, because they're kind of like a Bandai kit where you can go to town detailing the frame out. But with it being resin, they need some work to get to fit. So now this kind of got misaligned here somehow. Hold on. So now you get to watch me struggle with this piece, because I had it just where I wanted it. And then it kind of got jacked up. Okay. See, there's really, unfortunately, the way this is designed, there's no, like I said, there's no really real contact points on the frame. So there's no like registration points. So it's tricky to get this right where you want it. Okay, so now I got it where I want. I'm going to hold it with my hand so it doesn't slip. And try to get these rubber bands back on. I'll do this off camera real quick, and then I'll show you what it looks like. And as I apply heat, and I'm using a hairdryer, not boiling water, because I need to have this all put together. And the hairdryer is enough. Gives me enough heat because these pieces are rather thin. Okay, so now I'm going to leave it like that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply some heat and squeeze this at the same time. So it's going to get noisy, so be patient, because the hairdryer is going to get loud. Oops. Let me get it out. So just a normal hair dryer. I'm going to move my camera over here so I'm not blowing onto the pieces and blowing things around, because I got some really small pieces out here. I don't want to blow them off my workbench, so let me do this. I'm going to bring it right here. I'm just going to kind of do right here, down here, so I don't blow anything away. All right, so it's going to get loud, so sorry. We're just going to apply heat and let it kind of form the way I need it to form. And I'm going to blow all around this piece. And this will take a little bit of time, simply because I'm working on a big area. And hopefully you can hear me talk over the hairdryer. What I really want to do is work on this side right here. What I might do, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get one of my one of these clamps and clamp this where I need it, because these rubber bands aren't putting the pressure where I need it to close that up. But I also don't want my rubber bands to fly off, because they'll help hold the spot where I need it. So this is kind of why I took a break from this, because I was having problems and I was getting frustrated. So I took a little break and painted up some figures. All right, here we go. Oops. Okay, so that's not good. I just lost my other clamp, and hopefully nothing broke. Yep, got a little bit of damage. So my clamp slipped and crushed that spot right there. We'll have to repair that later, unfortunately. So this is a good video, because you can see how I screw up, which happens quite a bit. So let's see. Video's gonna be longer than anticipated since I'm having issues, but you can see how I kind of work through stuff when this happens. So I'm going to try to get this back together without having to take this all apart. And I'll try to use a different clamp maybe to hold that instead of an A clamp, because that when it sprung back it crushed that area, which is no big deal. I'll have to just fix it later. So let me get another one of these guys. Oops. I'm balancing a camera, hair dryer, and clamps here, so bear with me. So I'm gonna have to get that piece back in there where it needs to go. And I'm gonna clamp that. Where it needs to go. Like that. And then I'm going to clamp this one here where it needs to go. Oh, but now, yeah, this is lots of fun here, guys. These kits are very tedious to get things to fit. So now I got to take these rubber bands off because when that clamp let loose, it screwed all my alignment off. So bear with me here. All I can do is without breaking anything else. I think I'm just going to do this with clamps and not rubber bands because they are not applying pressure where I really need. Okay, so now I got to get this all, and that's not exactly what I didn't want to happen. Oh, this is fun. Okay, so now we get to start all over. So now we get to try to get this all back together and clamped into position. Let me get some more clamps out. Sorry, my camera's falling over. Hold on one second, guys. All right, here we go. There's only one spot on this whole piece that shows you how to alignment right here. They molded some little grooves and that aligns on the frame. That's your only point of alignment on these pieces. So the design of this is not very good as far as how everything fits together, unfortunately. There's not a lot of guide points. There's that piece and then this piece. And you can see here I've got brass rod going through these two pieces for the pins. Yeah, let's see. Let's get them on the right side. There's that. Sorry, I'm out of camera here for a second. I want to get these on. I need more room to work, and trying to get it in frame at the same time is tough. Okay, so now they went together. Okay. So now we're together again. And I'm also going to use the backpack as a guide because I want that centered. So now it looks like I've got this where I need it. Okay, let's get this. Get this lightly clamped and then we'll get some heat on it finally. So this is one reason I was happy to learn that he didn't care about the armor coming off, because I have no idea how to get this removable, to be honest, because there's really nowhere to pin it. Okay, so now everything's clamped back together, as you can see. And then once everything's heated and in place, this should just snap right into place. I think I may put that in there as another point of alignment. So we'll get another clamp going here. Okay, everything's clamped and it's looking pretty good. Now we're going to apply some heat. And if this starts to work, the clamps might start to fall off, which is okay. I need to find a spot where I can hold this and not burn my hands. So I'm really applying the heat around the waist area, because that's where it needs to kind of bend. And we're just gonna do this for a while. So we're on that gray piece where I need it to kind of flex a little bit. And I'm going to try the other side for a little bit. And just kind of work it around. I don't want to apply too much heat in one area for too long, because you can, as I did with one of the leg pieces, you can distort the resin. And I'll have to go back and fix what I did earlier with some putty. But again, I have to find a way to hold this without burning my hands, because the hairdryer gets hot really quick. Applying heat. Hopefully this will start conforming a little bit better. So I'm looking for is really not for, I don't care if it has a little bit of spring to it, but I don't want as much as I had earlier. Like I said, that's a lot of pressure for a glue joint to hold. And I'm hoping you can hear me talk over this hairdryer, it's just loud. So I just felt a little pop in the resin, which means it's loosening up a little bit. I can feel it as the resin warms up. You can feel it. It's hard to describe, but you'll feel it. You'll feel the tension being loosened a little bit. But I want to basically apply heat over this whole area. So I want this all to, the way it's aligned right now is perfect. So if I can get it to stay like this, I'd be in good shape for later for final assembly. So that's why we're kind of applying heat over the whole area. This is the alignment I want. So we're going to apply heat to this neck area too, because it's got a little bit of a bow to it. And now that it's been clamped in place, it should, if I apply heat to it, it should kind of conform. And as I can feel it, I can feel the resin kind of moving. I can feel little pops here and there, which means it's starting to conform to the shape that I want. This is a good sign. So I'll have a little repair to do from that A-clamp snapping, which is a bummer, but no big deal. It happens. So now this clamp up here on my thumb is actually starting to loosen up, which means that's starting to conform to the shape that I want it to go. These clamps starting to feel, the clamps start to feel loose. I know the resin is conforming to that area. It gets hot real quick. My hands, I don't want to burn my hands. Again, we're just kind of trying to apply even heat over the whole torso. So try to get all these pieces to kind of stay where I want them, which is right where they're clamped. I'd initially had some magnets on those gray pieces to take them off, but they weren't working so well, so I just went ahead and took them out. Because those gray pieces will get glued on. I want this part to, back here where that first clamp snapped, I really need this to kind of mold around that frame. So I'm going to put a little bit of extra heat there. So I did a video like this about a year ago with my 1/35th LED Mirage. It was a simpler process than what this is right here. This is showing you how to get these G-System kits with the inner frame to get the fit on the frames, because you know they sculpt it on the frame, but once it gets molded, the resin may not keep its memory. So that's why we're doing this. We're getting it all clamped into place and applying heat. But the alignment on this looks really, really good now. So I just want to make sure that I get this heated up really good. And then what I'll do is I'll switch my hair dryer to the cool setting and cool it down. And then we'll take the clamps off and see if we retain the shapes that we have here. And all the pieces I showed you earlier, they're ready for primer. Well, I gotta clean them first in purple powder, but they're ready for primer. I spent a lot of time rescribing panel lines on this kit because they're very shallow. And with the amount of primer and paint that I put on these, I rescribe all my panel lines on resin kits, especially on the big guys, because they get a lot of primer. Okay, now we're gonna switch this to cool. And cool the resin down a little bit. Actually, this piece right here needs to go down a little bit more. Oops, sorry. My camera's on a on a very unstable tripod. And this is why I'm not a good videographer. Sorry guys. Like I said, if you want entertainment, watch someone else's video. But so I'm going to try to get this to sit more where it needs to sit. I'm not sure going to be able to do that with this clamp in the way here. Ah, here we go. Creative clamping. There's that one. And I need another one. Lots of clamps. So this is a pretty long video of the same stuff over and over again, but Let's show you how long it takes to get some of this stuff to fit properly. Alright, so now we're going to apply some more heat to this. So on this one piece I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 clamps. Sorry, I'm using a selfie stick for my tripod, and it is extremely unstable. Sorry, guys. So let me get this situated again. Okay. Let's see. So I got this clamp right here a little too tight. So we're going to loosen it up, and I'm going to bring it. All right. Okay. Some more heat. We're on this black neck part. I can feel the resin popping a little bit. I mean, just taking on that shape. As the stress release, you'll feel it in the resin. You feel these little ticks, little pop, 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 pop. And I'm going to turn on the cool a little bit, cool it down. So after you heat the resin, you want to cool it down relatively quickly to lock in that shape. And then now I'm going to turn the cool off and go back to heat. Back to cool. So you can see I've been working about 30 minutes on this one area to try to get this to fit, and that's why these kits take so long. Especially these newer kits actually take much longer than the older G-System kits, because the older kits don't have inner frames, they're just larger pieces of resin. They do require more masking, but not nearly as much time for fitting and stuff. So I'm going to add some more heat down here a little bit, and then it should be pretty good. We'll see how we look. Okay, so I can tell that part bent a little bit. Sorry about the camera work, again, as usual. Not the greatest. All right, so let's take some of these clamps off and see what we got. All right, so I took that first clamp off and you see the gap is gone. No more gap. So that's a good sign. Take this clamp off. No gap. So that tells me that that has kept that shape. Take this clamp off, and we're looking good. So now I took all the clamps off, and it is retaining the shape that I want. So we are good to go here. So that's how you get this stuff to fit. Now if I let go, this is going to all fall apart because nothing's glued, but now when I go to glue this, there's no stress on all these joints and stuff. So there's a 30-minute tutorial on how to get these things to fit properly. And when I put the backpack piece in, it's perfectly aligned and everything. So we're good to go here. I just have to go through and fix this area. I'll just build it up with some putty and drill a new hole, but see if it'll focus. Come on. I just want to focus on this because I got too much stuff in the background. Oh, hold on, autofocus. There we go. Autofocus turned off. That's why. So you can see no gaps. There's no clamps on it, no rubber bands. It's retaining its shape. So that's just from the heating and cooling over and over again of this piece as it's all clamped together. And we're looking really good. This is much better. I don't have to squeeze anymore to hold its shape. So there you go. Not a short video, but hopefully an informative video on how to get these pieces to fit on these frames. So the next step will be to probably get these pieces soaking in some purple power, and they'll be ready for primer. I'm going to try to get the arms fitted today, and then after that the suit has been all dry fitted. But as always, thanks for watching. It's MVM3897 signing off. Thanks. Bye.